The prodigal father. Let Pope Francis says, Jesus is all mercy. Jesus is all love. He is God made man. Each one of us is that little lost lamb, the coin that was mislaid. Each one of us is that son who has squandered his freedom on false idols, illusions of happiness, and has lost everything. But God does not forget us. The Father never abandons us. He is a patient Father, always waiting for us. He respects our freedom, but He remains faithful forever. And when we come back to Him, He welcomes us like children into His house, for He never ceases, not for one instant, to wait for us with love. And His heart rejoices over every child who returns to Him. He is celebrating because He is joy. God has this joy when one of us sinners go to Him and asks for His forgiveness. At this moment, I am reminded of an incident. A bishop was preaching about the parable of the prodigal son. After the mass, a youth came to him and said, "Dear bishop, your sermon on the prodigal son was excellent. But may I ask you a question? Why can't you speak also about the prodigal dads and moms? In fact, there are so many families where the dads and moms are prodigal too," said the youth. My dear friends, the readings for the 24th Sunday in Ordinary Time, Year C, offer a profound look into God's boundless mercy and tireless love for the lost. Therefore, it is fitting to call God as our prodigal Father who forgives us tirelessly and comes after us, the lost, least, and last. In the first reading, taken from the book of Exodus, we read, God's justice is met with His mercy. After the Israelites create and worship a golden calf, God's anger is kindled, but He ultimately relents from His planned punishment after Moses pleads passionately on behalf of the people, reminding God of His promises. The second reading features St. Paul's personal testimony. He reflects on his past as a persecutor of Christians, calling himself the foremost of sinners, yet he celebrates the amazing grace he received from Christ, stating he was shown mercy as an example to all who would believe. The Gospel brings this theme to its powerful climax with three parables. Jesus uses the parables of the lost sheep, the lost coin, and the prodigal son to reveal God's heart. They collectively show that God is not a distant judge, but a loving Father who actively seeks the lost and celebrates with unimaginable joy when even one person returns to Him. What's our takeaway from today's liturgy of the Word? The Father in the parable of the prodigal son represents a loving, forgiving God. He teaches us three key lessons. First, the unconditional love. The Father's love for His Son is not based on the Son's behavior or worthiness. When the Son returns, the Father sees him from a distance and runs to him, embracing and kissing him before the Son even has a chance to finish his prepared apology. This shows a love that is proactive, compassionate, and ready to forgive without any conditions or demands. It's a love that does not wait for the Son to earn it, but offers it freely and completely. Second, forgiveness and restoration. Instead of scolding or punishing his son, the Father immediately restores him to his full place in the family. He orders his servants to bring the best robe, a ring, and sandals for his son. The robe symbolizes honor, the ring authority, and the sandals show that he is not a servant anymore but a son, treating us as if we were never left alone. Third, joy in reconciliation. The Father's response is one of immense joy and celebration. He orders a feast with the fatted calf and says, "My son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." This shows that God's greatest joy is not in our perfect obedience, but in our return to Him after we have been lost. It highlights that God values our relationship with Him above all else, celebrates every time a lost person comes home. Am I ready to imitate the prodigal father? Have a forgiving Sunday. Live Jesus.